In true love, there is no pride. What is love? Love is treating your heart with a great deal of tenderness, with understanding, love, and compassion. If you cannot treat your own heart this way, how can you treat your partner with understanding and love? In true love, you attain freedom. When you love, you bring freedom to the person you love. To love is to recognize, to be loved is to be recognized by the other. If you are not able to take care of yourself, if you are not able to accept yourself, how could you accept another person? And how could you love him or her? Without suffering, we do not have the opportunity to cultivate compassion and understanding, and without understanding, there can be no true love. If you love someone but rarely make yourself available to him or her, that is not true love. Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. I promise myself that I will enjoy every minute of the day that is given me to live. Mindfulness is the miracle which can call back in a flash our dispersed mind and restore it to wholeness, so that we can live each minute of life. You can see everything in the universe in one tangerine. When you peel it and smell it, it's wonderful. You can take your time eating a tangerine and be very happy. The present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it. Peace is present right here and now, in ourselves and in everything we do and see. Every breath we take, every step we take, can be filled with peace, joy, and serenity. Anxiety, the illness of our time, comes primarily from our inability to dwell in the present moment. Breath is the bridge which connects life to consciousness, which unites your body to your thoughts. Whenever your mind becomes scattered, use your breath as the means to take hold of your mind again. Live the actual moment. Only this actual moment is life. Don't be attached to the future. Don't worry about things you have to do. Don't think about getting up or taking off to do anything. Don't think about departing. Some people live as though they are already dead. There are people moving around us who are consumed by their past, terrified of their future, and stuck in their anger and jealousy. They are not alive, they are just walking corpses. Breathing in, I calm body and mind. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is the only moment. When a person's speech is full of anger, it is because he or she suffers deeply. The main cause of your suffering is the seed of anger in you, because it has been watered too often, by yourself and by other people. The fact is that when you make the other suffer, he will try to find relief by making you suffer more. The result is an escalation of suffering on both sides. When you begin to see that your enemy is suffering, that is the beginning of insight. The seed of suffering in you may be strong. But don't wait until you have no more suffering before allowing yourself to be happy. The only way to ease our fear and be truly happy is to acknowledge our fear and look deeply at its source. Instead of trying to escape from our fear, we can invite it up to our awareness and look at it clearly and deeply. The source of suffering is a false belief in permanence and the existence of separate selves. Sometimes our parents are full of love and sometimes they are full of anger. This love and anger comes not only from them, but from all previous generations. When we can see this, we no longer blame our parents for our suffering. Go back and take care of yourself. Your body needs you. Your perceptions need you. Your feeling needs you. The wounded child in you needs you. Your suffering needs you to acknowledge it. When anger manifests in us, we must recognize and accept that anger is there, and that it needs to be tended to. At this moment we are advised not to say anything, not to do anything out of anger. We immediately return to ourselves and invite the energy of mindfulness to manifest also. Life is filled with suffering, but it is also filled with many wonders. If we believe that tomorrow will be better, we can bear a hardship today. The most basic condition for happiness is freedom. Here we do not mean political freedom, but freedom from the mental formations of anger, despair, jealousy, and delusion. As long as these poisons are still in our heart, happiness cannot be possible. If we are peaceful, if we are happy, we can smile and blossom like a flower, and everyone in our family, our entire society, will benefit from our peace. You have to realize that happiness is not something you find at the end of the road. You have to understand that it is here, now. Letting go gives us freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness. If, in our heart, we still cling to anything anger, anxiety, or possession, we cannot be free. To breathe and know you are alive is wonderful. Because you are alive, everything is possible. Happiness is a function of compassion. If you do not have compassion in your heart, you do not have any happiness. If in our daily life we can smile, if we can be peaceful and happy, not only we, but everyone will profit from it. This is the most basic kind of peace work. Every day we are engaged in a miracle which we don't even recognize: a blue sky, white clouds, green leaves, the black, curious eyes of a child, our own two eyes. All is a miracle. The best way to take care of the future is to take care of the present moment. If your house is on fire, the most urgent thing to do is to go back and try to put out the fire, not to run after the person you believe to be the arsonist. I come here empty-handed, and I go empty-handed. My actions are my only true belongings. I cannot escape the consequences of my actions. My actions are the ground on which I stand. Usually when we hear or read something new, we just compare it to our own ideas. If it is the same, we accept it and say that it is correct. If it is not, we say it is incorrect. In either case, we learn nothing. To think in terms of either pessimism or optimism oversimplifies the truth. The problem is to see reality as it is. When our beliefs are based on our own direct experience of reality and not on notions offered by others, no one can remove these beliefs from us. The truth is the truth, whether or not it is accepted by the majority. Therefore, I tell you children, it takes great courage to stand up for and protect what is right. Now I see that if one doesn't know how to die, one can hardly know how to live, because death is a part of life. Life is illuminated by right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. For things to reveal themselves to us, we need to be ready to abandon our views about them. Guarding knowledge is not a good way to understand. Understanding means to throw away your knowledge. You are not an observer, you are a participant.